What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the Bring the Thunder podcast. Here with our probiotics and all that good stuff. Sapir, I'm here with Sapir. I'm here with Jack. Survived fourth quarter fury. I don't even know if I want to call it that. Just an absolute meltdown in the fourth quarter. But OKC takes it home over Dallas, 101-94. Starts the season off 4-0. It's a beautiful thing, especially with the stretch that we got coming up at home. Quick rundown of the stats: 23-8-4 for Shea. Solid game. Continued his 20-point plus streak, but a little lower than normal. But that's just kind of what the game was. Kaysen went 4-5-5, 0 for 5 from 3, so we got to figure that out. Kaysen, Chet 18-11-2. He had a fantastic game again. He's starting to become pretty dominant. Also with 4 blocks today, which he started off a little slow with the blocks, but he's coming along. We knew that would happen. Lou had 6 points. I believe both threes came in the first quarter, and then that was it for him the rest of the game. Got to get that shooting going. And then Hartenstein had a fantastic day, 16 points, 12 rebounds, no assists, but he was playmaking out there, led to a bunch of fouls. And then off the bench, we got 2 demons. A.J. Mitchell continues his promising start to the season, 17 points, 7 rebounds, and an assist on 50% shooting. And Aaron Wiggins had some nice play with 11 points and 3 rebounds, 3 assists. I don't know what to tell you guys. It was just, OKC was flowing. They were up by 20 towards the end of the third. They were up by 18 to finish the third. They won the third quarter by 12 and then ended up only putting up 14 points in that fourth quarter. So let me hear your guys' thoughts on the fourth quarter to start.
Yeah, we only scored, 6 points in the fourth quarter. Mavs had cut the lead, I believe, down to 93-87 with like 4 minutes to go. So we were up 22 points before that meltdown that kind of occurred there. But I feel like we talked about this before starting this off. I didn't feel nervous at all. Like, I feel like maybe previous to winning the championship, like, would have been having some fears like, oh, the Thunder creeping back up, like we may choke. That just didn't even cross my mind, or generally doesn't cross my mind. Like anytime I look at the score, I'm like, oh, the team's getting close. Shea, you can just pretty much lock him in to be ice cold. Like, it's crazy that he can make clutch shot after clutch shot, or, whether it's free throws or a mid-range or whatever it is, he's going to be taking it. He's going to be making it. And I saw a Twitter clip of Three Cone arguing with a fan saying that Shea is not a point guard. He is technically defined as a point guard for anyone watching this. He leads the team on and off the court, and he leads the team when it matters the most in the fourth quarters. And that is what the modern point guards are nowadays. They're scoring guards. You don't have to put him in any bucket, but that's the position he plays. So,
right. It's funny you bring that up. It's just, I saw it too. I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but what are we talking about? I mean, there's no real point guards in the league anymore. Every point guard goes out and drops 30 nowadays. So that's a ridiculous comment. But Jack, your thoughts on the game and the fourth quarter, especially?
Well, to be honest, I thought it was a bit of a snooze fest. Felt like a bit of a scrimmage, but I mean, the amount of hate I saw Shea getting online, which was pretty surprising. Everyone's saying, "Oh, I'll never do that again. Bad game." I mean, if a bad game's 23-4-8 with a win, it just shows how good he is. There's going to be the free throw narrative saying he only had 2 free throws, so he didn't score much. But obviously, the refs didn't call much. But yeah, like Satviz said, I didn't feel worried at all. I was just kind of waiting for the game to end and hop on this. So, I mean, when Jaden Hardy's making pull-up mid-ranges, I'm kind of worrying a bit. But, I mean, when you have Shai Gilgeous-Alexander on your team, nothing to worry about. So, like I said, bit of a snooze fest for me, personally.
A big story to me was, I know he's a rookie, but he is the number 1 pick, and exactly Landon. What up, Landon? I was just going to get to that. Flag goes 1 for 9 with only 2 points today. We had a mix of guys on him tonight: Kaysen, Lou Dort, sometimes Chet. Pretty good defense from OKC tonight, only holding Dallas to 94 points in their house. It's something that has been a little shaky for OKC to start the season. It's been a little up and down, but not to hold them 94 and to get the win, that's all that matters. And Jack, I agree. Like, people will say it's a bad game. It doesn't matter. We're champions now. We kind of just want to go out and win games at this point. We're not stat hunting. We're just focused on getting the dubs and getting home healthy, which we have been recently. I want to continue to speak about AJ Mitchell and just how dominant he's been off the bench. 50%, 17 points, getting to the line 3 times. Well, shot 3 free throws. Excellent defense also. The kid is super special, and I'm starting to think that he is the best player off this bench, even when we are fully healthy. I want to see where he fits in, especially when J-Dub comes back, because AJ's been getting a lot of J-Dub looks, a lot of J-Dub minutes. So we'll see, how he fits in. But he's going to have to, because he's our best player off the bench outside of Aaron Wiggins.
Yeah,
I definitely think so. The other thing I was looking at was, man, we destroyed these guys on the boards. I was looking at the stats and comparison, and considering they have Anthony Davis, who did put up 11 rebounds, and they usually have a pretty big roster overall. We kind of worked them on the glass. That's a testament to Hartenstein and Chet. And then you mentioned the rookie only having 2 points, but also I'm looking up and down at this roster. They really gutted it for Anthony Davis and got rid of Luka, and now it's like a half old, half young roster that, like, the comments were mentioning, they're only maybe, getting to the second round at most, probably a first round exit type of team, which is really, if I was a Mavericks fan, I don't even know how I would watch this season, to be honest, because after seeing the team that just was out there, and we don't even have J-Dub out there, and we're not really, it felt like more like a scrimmage than anything, and we didn't feel like we were going to lose at all. To go from that to, beating us in the playoffs not too long ago is a crazy switch up, pretty much.
Bradley with the stats. What's up, Bradley? Appreciate it. That is now his 76th consecutive game with at least 20 in the regular season. He's just going to continue to hit 20 every night. I don't think there's any questions about it. And that is sparking my memory. There was quite a fall from SGA early in this game, and it was a nasty-looking fall. I don't know if you guys saw when he lost his shoe. I held my breath for a second there, because the amount of stars that are getting injured early this year. We just saw Anthony Edwards go down. I mean, Luka Doncic, he's out every week anyway, but that was the one part of this game that truly had me hold my breath. When they were starting to come back, it didn't matter to me. I was comfortable the whole way, but you guys have any thoughts on that fall? And Chet took a fall tonight too. We gotta stay healthy.
Every time I see Chet jump, I take a breath, because you never know how he's going to land or what's going to happen. But yeah, I mean, Shea's pretty tough, so yeah. Not worried.
I'm usually not worried about Shea falling or anything in regards to him, because he's kind of, it kind of goes along with the narrative of him foul baiting, I guess. But the really good players that don't get injured often usually know how to fall properly, and there is a, I guess, correct way to do it. If anyone has played sports enough, like, there is a right way and a wrong way, and the way he does it is kind of just natural, and he knows how to. So with him, I'm not as worried. Like a guy like Anthony Davis, however, he's always trying to brace his falls. That's usually not the best way to go about falling, I guess. Joel Embiid is a really good example of someone that knows how to, because he's had so many injuries. He knows that the doctors have told him, hey, just let it kind of happen and let it flow. And I think when I used to play sports, at least, I'm not going to compare myself even close to these guys, but when I picked up a couple injuries, I know my coaches told me, hey, you just got to kind of let it happen instead of trying to brace for it. So
right. Shea also trains all off season long. You see those weird workouts he does to be able to bend his ankles a way that not a normal person would be able to. So, I mean, held my breath tonight, but we made it through with the W. I'll get to some of these comments. There's a lot coming in. If you guys want to be prioritized, we do have Super Chat now. We'll get to those first out of the rest, so just putting that out there. But first, Steve's Fly, what's good, man? He said Chet an all-star. He's definitely playing like it. If he continues this pace without J-Dub too, he was going to be an all-star last year if he didn't get injured. So if he's healthy, Chet should be an all-star. Landon, I love this question because it is something that has been talked about, has been rumored about, especially I saw it this morning or maybe last night. There was a report. Isaiah Joe, listen, we can't shoot the ball right now, so it is a bit odd that there's rumors of OKC trying to move their best 3-point shooter, but I believe when J-Dub comes back and Ken Rich and guys who could actually, stretch the floor, everything will work itself out. But there was a report saying that Isaiah Joe would be the odd man out, and it's a possibility that he gets moved before the trade deadline this year. What are you guys' thoughts on that?
Blasphemy. I'll go first. I was gonna comment on it on Twitter, but I thought the report was kind of blasphemy overall. Like, just doesn't make sense. Topic is not going anywhere. I saw a report on that, or like, guys trying to push for that because of rise of AJ. But I think we should hold the ship steady because of injuries in the regular season. You need a lot of depth when you have guys going deep into playoff runs, and that's something the Warriors didn't have, and we do have. So as an organization, we always manage our minutes really well. That's the difference between longevity and only winning one championship. So just to move guys, just to consolidate doesn't make sense when you have a million picks that you can move instead. So there's other players on the roster that could be moved. Isaiah Joe, Youngblood, you need 3-point shooters around Shea. Those are like kind of the last guys I'm even thinking about moving because push comes to shove, you need shooters around Shea. Like when those clutch moments come around and you're down by 20 and you need to make those big runs, you need those guys. Topic is another guy you technically need in the loop of guards that's being mentioned. AJ score first. You need guys that are playmakers. AJ is more of a self-creator. So there's different skill sets to all these guys, and that's what makes the team really good is you need those different skill sets to kind of match up. So that's my 2 cents on it.
Well, I just don't see the need to trade him because, he's on an awesome contract and like, what's the issue? We have too many good players. Like,
right?
When would that be? Like, oh, we have to trade this guy because we have too many good players. Like, when you have someone on that contract, like, I guess you could trade him for a pick, but then what's the point when we have 10,000? And if you're trading him for a better player, then they're going to be more expensive. So, if you can find me a better player on a better deal than Isaiah Joe, then I'm all ears. But you're not going to. So.
That is the graphic going up on the Instagram tomorrow morning. That is absolutely the quote. I absolutely agree with that. Like, there is no need to move anybody right now. We could get everybody playing the whole regular season. The more players in the regular season that see the floor, the better. That normally means we're winning, and that normally means that we are going to be well-rested heading into the playoffs. There should be no chatter about any type of trade right now unless they're hunting for a better player. But I wouldn't think of anyone who has, like you said, a better team-friendly contract. Isaiah, we have him on a great deal. And then we still need shooting for the regular season. I can promise you that. And Isaiah Joe is a perfect regular season NBA basketball player for this team. So I don't enjoy the rumor. I don't understand it either.
And being deeper is just better for us because we can play more bodies, less minutes for the main guys. And there's no reason to trade him. I think it's silly.
I do like this one by Reich here on YouTube. He goes, Aaron Wiggins saved basketball so AJ Mitchell could defy it. Is that the new slogan? Is that what we're going to say for the rest of the year?
Could be. Money down on the quote post.
Yeah. All right, but back to the game today. These games have gone super, outside this fourth quarter. And I know we had 2 double overtimes, but we're 4-0 against 4 playoff caliber teams. And like I said, we have a schedule coming up that really benefits OKC. And Savier was saying before we even started the show tonight, he was talking to his wife and he's like, I don't know the next time I'm going to see OKC lose a game. And listen, we're not trying to be arrogant. I promise you that. It's just a real thing. Getting through Houston, getting through the Pacers, getting through the Hawks, and getting through the Mavericks without Jalen Williams, without Isaiah Joe, without Nikola Topic, without a bunch of players, Kenrich Williams. OKC's got a very nice schedule coming up at home. We're just coming off 3 straight away games out of 4 to start the year. We got the Kings tomorrow. We got the Wizards. We got the Pelicans. So those are 3 winnable games at home, and I can't wait to hear the crowd because it was real nice on opening night. But I want to give like a nice statement win against one of those teams to get the crowd rolling, get our team, just I don't even want to say back on track. Just get some of the young guys in. Like we saw Brooks Barnhart tonight coming to get his first bucket of the year, and that was a tough shot by him. But yeah, like with those games, that's why we need guys like Isaiah Joe to be on the team because we just want to run as many bodies as we can, keep everyone fresh throughout the season. Any other thoughts on tonight's game, or we could do a few previews?
Let's go ahead and jump into the previews. I got nothing else. I mean, I posted a stat in the comments. Shea's closing in on that 20-plus game record to get into third spot. If he does it for 4 more games, if he does it for 3 more, he'll tie Oscar. So I don't really doubt that he'll get there. So, it's just kind of a matter of time. And I think when it comes to Wilt records, by the way, as long as you're in the mix with Wilt, like beating him is kind of a tall task on all of his records. So as long as he's in the mix of top 3 or you're right next to Wilt, like good on you,
Jack, any thoughts about tonight's game before we do go preview?
I was going to say, did you guys want to guess my jersey?
Oh, yes, forgot.
Right.
It is time for Guess Jack's jersey presented by nobody. No
Chuck it in the comments as well if you think.
It's not as hard as we think tonight.
I'll just chuck it in the comments for anyone watching if you want to guess. But the sponsorship, I think, is a red flag or diversion because I'm in New Zealand, so I don't think we have the same sponsorships.
Sounds good. All right, we got a few. We got Kendrick Perkins in the chat. We got AJ Mitchell in the chat. I'll let Sapir go first.
Man, the only person that comes to my mind who had kind of an outstanding game from like a watchability standpoint was Hartenstein, and I know Jack's a big fan of him. So I'm going to go with Hartenstein if I had to take a guess where Jack's line would go. But Joe, what do you think?
I really love that guess, honestly, and I think you might have nailed it. But just for the show, I'm going to go with Chet. But I think you nailed it.
2 very good guesses. Neither are right.
Oh, wow.
It is AJ Mitchell.
Oh, AJ Mitchell.
Oh, man.
I think Landon got it right.
Well deserved from AJ Mitchell. Landon got it right in the chat there.
Yeah.
Let's
go. You must know my jersey collection pretty well.
But speaking of Landon, preview for the Kings game. He goes seeing Westbrook in a Kings jersey tomorrow in Oklahoma City. Tomorrow, he said twice. Weird, cool, fun. How are we feeling? It's always fun when Russ comes back to town for me. Weird to see him in a Kings jersey for sure. Hopefully he plays well. Not good enough, but always rooting for the guy. And that's my thoughts on Russ anyway. What about you guys?
I think we're going to see the congratulations of him returning as always, him getting his standing ovations. Also, I think considering he played really well last game, he's going to have a pretty good game this time around. And I'm curious how he'll do with like Cason Wallace kind of on him, and just kind of curious, how he navigates against our defense kind of at his age. And it seems like he still has a lot left in in the tank. What I will say about him is he's more of a first half of the season type of guy. The longer the season goes, because of his age, he starts wearing down. And so hopefully if you're a Russ fan, you kind of, keep that and just enjoy this run that he has. And hopefully he has one more season in him. And I know he wants to play that, but I'm enjoying just this last season because you still see some flashes. I know we saw that Jake LaRavia in and out dribble and then the look at him. And so just those small moments are just fun to watch as a big fan.
Absolutely.
And I think it's awesome for him to be on such a terrible team where he can just go out and play and we don't have to worry about losing to him and being in that conundrum of, Russ, like when he was on the Nuggets, it was pretty bittersweet when they won because Russ won and he's doing good. But at least now we don't have to worry about losing and he can just go out and ball. So I think that's pretty good.
Maybe
shout out Reich as well.
Yeah, maybe I've just been an OKC fan for way too long at this point because previewing tomorrow's game, I'm expecting personally that Chet Holmgren does not play on a back-to-back to start the year. After 2 double overtimes as well, I think, it'd be smart to rest him as much as we can, just knowing the injury history, even though he's been playing fantastic. And I would expect one other guy to be out. I don't know who it's going to be, but I don't think it's going to be as easy as we think tomorrow with a team that historically has had good games in OKC with Sacramento and players historically who have good games in OKC, Zach LaVine, Sabonis, Russ, obviously. So, I mean, they're not a good team, but they have talent on the roster. And, we're coming off a hard-fought win tonight and a back-to-back tomorrow. Again, maybe it's just because I'm an OKC fan for too long and I'm still just in my own head. I honestly thought we were going to lose tonight before the game even started. I don't know why, but
PJ Washington.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
But, what are your guys' thoughts? Because I think we might have some trouble tomorrow if they catch fire, especially from three with Zach LaVine.
Yeah, Zach LaVine's a concern. The other guy that's a concern is DeMar DeRozan is so freaking random when it comes to his scoring outbursts. Like if he starts hitting, he hits everything in the mid range, and if he's not on like he was the other night, like he's just not on. So they have a lot of guys that can just kind of heat up in their whole roster. So like I think that's how they'll pull out wins here and there. But yeah, I think they could definitely sneak one against us, considering we don't have J-Dub, possibly resting Chet, probably trying to limit Shea's minutes a little bit as well. I think our bench will have to carry pretty heavily. So I'm going to assume our bench comes through because they generally have in regular season games, and the sample size continues to get larger. So I don't see them, like our bench squad, slowing down. Their bench is just nowhere close to ours. And that's usually where we win a lot of these games. And so if anything, it'll be a decently tight game, maybe close to the end, and Shea carries it out again, similar to this Mavs win. But once J-Dub's back, we're about to be smoking team. So
yeah, pretty much dependent on the injury report that comes out tomorrow. Maybe
if that's there. I think it's an easy win.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna lean towards Chet. I just don't see him playing tomorrow night. I don't see the need to, honestly. Not to say that we're gonna blow past these guys, but just listen. We're 4-0. We're reigning champs. We could get some rest. We've had 2 double overtimes to start the year, and then now we're in a back-to-back situation. And it would be nice. It would be nice to kill them tomorrow early, like we normally do at home, and let Shea not play the fourth quarter. But I don't know if that's going to be the case. I mean, I forgot they also have Dennis Schroeder, so they have a lot of players. And like you said, I mean, with J-Dub back, these games are going to get much easier for us, especially when he gets really back to form. Like I was thinking that tonight in the fourth quarter, like we were turning the ball to AJ Mitchell, who's been fantastic for us, but just imagine when that's J-Dub instead, so, the guy who dropped 40 in the finals. So once he gets back, we're going to start breezing through these games like it's nothing. Sadford, do you have an injury update on J-Dub at all?
Yeah, the latest that was reported by Brandon Rubar today was that essentially he's doing well on his recovery, and the Thunder will never give you a straight up answer on injuries or trades or anything really. But the best you'll hear is that he's, checking off his marks in terms of, his recovery. That's the most we got out of Mark today. And that's probably the most we'll get out of him. Like any of these kind of questions around anyone's injuries or health, Mark's always going to give you kind of a vague answer. The better way to look at things is sometimes through the books. If you know what I mean, Joe, wherever the lines are trending and stuff, usually a lot of people have more inside knowledge. So I usually look at that kind of stuff if I see something move. But as of right now, everything seems pretty steady. I feel like I'll tell you guys, like I'll know at least a day in advance. I'll get some indication, and I'll mention it on here. So
awesome.
Usually it leaks somewhere by like the smaller reporters mention it somewhere. So we'll keep an eye out.
Lucky enough, we have 2 great Thunder reporters of their own right here on this panel. So we'll know. We'll let you guys know soon. Indie Sports, man, welcome back to the show, first of all. And thanks on the congratulations. But I really think you guys are still going to be a solid team all year long once you guys get healthy, outside of Halliburton. You guys have been fighting your ass off. And Indiana will be fine. Like I've been saying, there's some magic in that core of yours. So good luck with the next few games coming up. And I guess it's just to end this show off. I guess it's kind of fitting. You mentioned books, so why don't we just do it? OKC's favored minus 10.5 tomorrow. Xavier, do they cover tomorrow night?
Ooh, that's a tough one. The Thunder cover?
Will they cover 10.5?
10.5. No, I'm not betting on that. I'm good on that.
Jack,
I'm good
what
on
are your
that.
thoughts?
It's a good line. I'm gonna say yeah, they cover.
All right, we
There's
got
no
one
way.
line.
I can't say it confidently at all, but
Right.
There's no way I'm betting them to cover that.
No.
If I was putting my money on it, heck no.
It's so
No.
funny, right? Because like the Kings could easily cover the plus 10.5. They could even win the game outright if they play a fantastic game and catch fire from 3. But OKC could easily win that game by like 30 tomorrow too. So I'm gonna say we do cover, which is odd because I'm normally taking the plus money, but I think OKC's gonna blow them out tomorrow. I think Shea's gonna go crazy at home. He's probably not too happy about his 23-point performance tonight. That's just being him, competitive and hard on himself. But I'll take them to cover 10.5, and we'll get a win. With that being said, I want to thank everybody for showing up, watching the show tonight. 4-0, an outstanding start to the season. You couldn't really ask for anything better other than to get our damn players back into the lineup. We will see you guys tomorrow. The game is at 7 Central, and we will see you guys after that. And Thunder up, baby. Let's go. And Jack.
Get it?
Jack, you have a slogan.
What?
You got to finish with your slogan.
Oh, you put me on the spot here.
You got it already, didn't you?
Don't have a slogan, man.
All right, Jack forgot his slogan, but that's all right. We'll see you guys back tomorrow. Thunder up. We'll see you guys. And that's it. Have a good night.
Good night.